We're sitting here at Continental Soldiers Field on a beautiful Memorial Day weekend.
About to grind out here and I'll put in the work.
Physics project.
Yeah.
So our physics project that we're doing is on projectile motion. So basically, what a projectile is it's any object moving through air or space that's acted on by only one thing, and that one thing is gravity.
Yeah, and projectile motion has a parabolic curve to it, which means it starts off low, arcs, and then comes back down. That's the definition.
Projectile motion is a velocity vector, and it includes a horizontal and vertical components, and they are independent of each
Thinking
other.
about projectiles, if there's no acceleration in the horizontal direction, this means that the velocity in the horizontal direction will not change. This gives you the equation Vix equals Vfx, which is the initial velocity will equal the final velocity in the horizontal direction.
Some examples of projectile motion would be a cannonball, a basketball, someone kicking a soccer ball, or even playing golf.
An object falls from rest is guaranteed to be 9.8 meters per second every second.
Considering a projectile, most of the times angles are incorporated. So what this means is that the initial velocity in the x direction you would use cosine theta, and for the initial velocity in the y direction you would consider sine theta in the equations used when trying to find projectile at an angle. Now it's time to perform our first example of a projectile motion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this football, and as you're going to see, gravity will pull the football down as it goes in the air. Alright, let's do it. Go.
As you saw, there were many things affecting the trajectory of the football when it left Jack's hands. Some of them were time and acceleration. As you also saw, the ball followed a parabolic curve, and when it reached its maximum height, the velocity was 0 in the y direction.
Projectile motion is very easy to relate to golf. It incorporates angles and degrees, and that determines the trajectory that the ball is going to take, or the parabolic curve relating to projectile motion. In a set of golf clubs, there's 14 clubs with different degrees. That determines the outcome of the trajectory and the distance that the ball takes. So, for example, this is a 60 degree club, which is one of the lowest, or one of the highest degree clubs in the bag. So it's going to take the highest trajectory with the shortest amount of distance, because it's going to come off at a strong high angle. Let me demonstrate.
Keeping that one? No, one more.
So now I'm going to hit the 7 iron, which is a 45 degree loft. So it's going to go farther, and it's going to still have a high trajectory, but it's going to take longer to get to the highest point.
That's a stroke.
This is a low loft. This is a 10.5 degree driver, so it goes far.
Tee it up.
Might hit these kids.
4. Yo. Get in the hole.
Ball's landed with the 60 degree club at 45 yards for the 60 degree. 45 degree. The 7 iron landed at 170 yards, and the 10.5 degree driver landed at 260 yards.
As you can see, the initial velocity of the soccer ball is 0 until I strike it, and depending on my degree that my foot is at, and also the amount of strike I put into it, will determine how the ball soars.
All right, let's see it.
One more time.
That was a low strike.
When I go to strike the ball, I'm going to angle my foot down, which will create a higher trajectory for the ball.
Oh, there it is. It's all right. Senior first team All-State, Joe, is going to show us how he punts the soccer ball, #1 ranked in the world.
Alright, so now when you punt the soccer trajectory once I release it and kick it with my foot. Also because my angle of my foot is going up to the ball, so it's going to be in the air for a longer time. And just remember that when the ball reaches its maximum point, the final velocity up there is going to be 0. And then when it's going down, that's when the acceleration is going to be. Let's give it a rip here.
Oh, that's how you do it. The cross fielder right there.